there is a latifa, a bit of a joke. When the British colonized India, they sent many priests as well, highly trained, especially to combat Muslims and to bring them away from Islam. So the Christians, they know, they've also, particularly those who are in this field, they study the Quran, they study Muslim beliefs, just as we, many Muslims as well, who are into comparative religious studies, they also study Christianity and their beliefs as well, and their weak points and so on. So one of them was a highly trained priest, and he challenged Muslims in Delhi. Delhi used to be the old markaz of India, of Muslims, and there were many great scholars there, and a debate and a showdown was fixed in which the Christian priest was challenging the Muslims, and he challenged them, and he began his discussion by saying, "Where is Muhammad now?" Because we believe the Prophet is buried in his grave in Medina, and according to our belief, Isa alayhi salam is alive in the heavens. And according to Christian beliefs, Jesus, after being killed on the cross, then he was taken down and buried, and after 3 days, or after 1.5 days, according to the Bible, he was supposed to have been buried for 3 days, and then was supposed to rise, but he was buried on Friday evening, and Sunday evening, when they went back to check his supposed tomb where he was supposed to have been lying, it was empty. And so he rose allegedly from the dead, and then spent his few days roaming around. Then he rose to the heavens to sit on the right side of God. That's the Christian belief. And he was asked where he will be, and he said, "You will find me sitting on the right side of God." We also believe he's in the heavens. Christians believe he's in the heavens. We believe the Prophet ﷺ fulfilled his mission and died a normal death and is buried in Medina. So he was trying to taunt the Muslim by saying, "Where is Muhammad?" So he was expecting the answer, ﷺ, to be in the tomb, in the grave, and then he was going to say, "Well, you also believe he's alive in the heavens. So even according to your belief, Jesus is superior. He is higher, Muhammad is lower." Na'udhu billah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So people who deal with debate, they have to be very sharp. They have to look, ahead of what of where the man is really coming from. So the man, when he said, "Where is Muhammad?" sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Shah Abdul Aziz Muhaddis Darwi rahimahullah, he said, "He is next to God. He is next to God." And then he said, "Well, what happened to your Prophet's grandson when he was dying in the plain of Karbala and all his family was butchered? If he was so close to God, did he not ask God to have mercy upon his family and to protect his children, grandchildren, all their family, women, children, when they were dying and being butchered in the plain of Karbala? Did he not ask God, if he was sitting next to God and near God, at least he should have, if any man's family is suffering, going through hardship, then you would do whatever you can to protect and help your family. So did Muhammad not pray to God or ask God to protect his family?" And he said, he thought about, he kept quiet for a while, and then he said, "Yeah, he did. He did." So then he said, well, why did God not listen to his request and protect his family? Did his family not die in the plain of Karbala? Were they not butchered? They were, and they did die. So then what did God say? When Muhammad said to God, have mercy, protect my family, what did God say? So Shah Sahib kept quiet long time. No answer. Because if God would have listened to him, then obviously he would have protected him. So obviously God didn't. So then the priest got excited. "Come on, Moulana, what happened then? When Muhammad said to God, protect my family, what did God say?" Shah Sahib kept quiet. And then he really, "Come on, man, what's the matter? No answer, eh?" And then he said, "Yeah." God began to cry. Said, "What? God began to cry? What a ludicrous statement." He said, "Yeah, God began to cry, and God apologized." Because what? God apologized. Why? And God said, "Muhammad, how can I protect your family when I couldn't protect my own son?" Because his son died on the cross, na'udhu billah, yeah? And he said, "If I couldn't protect my own son on the cross, How can I protect your family in the plain of Karbala when they are surrounded by tens of thousands of troops?